panelists, Professor Sirian Villavicencion and Tamer Sakari.
I can hear you loud and clear, Governor.
Sure, I'd be happy to.
On Politics Panoramic.
Hi everyone, this is Dr. Julie Dameron, local veterinarian for over 20 years. I am so excited about my new radio show, Tales and Tips, on Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. on Facebook, YouTube, Voice of Stockton, and KXVS Radio. I will discuss relevant issues affecting animals and pet owners today, how to avoid common problems, and how to extend the quality of life for your cherished companions. As a community advocate, I will also discuss important social issues that affect our city. I plan to showcase organizations and heroes who are doing amazing things to help others. Remember to tune in every Tuesday morning at 10, starting soon.
Hey guys, it's Nikki D from Nikki D with Details and OJ. You can catch our show on Wednesday nights from 7 to 9 p.m. here at the Voice of Stockton. We do Hollywood interviews, local interviews, restaurants, food, you name it, we do it. If I'm not talking, I'm eating.
Hey, it's Details, and I'm the awkward guy on the show. But you know what? You also can tell me, am I right or am I wrong on the show, as I give you the top 5 questions of the day. And you can hear me play the little thing I like to call my bell.
And this is OJ, the MMJ, the man on the street. He was happening with our town and saying, do you belong here? I'm like, of course. Oh, yeah.
All right. So make sure you catch our show on Wednesday nights from 7 to 9 p.m. here only at
The Voice of Stockton.
KXVS on 92.1. Coming soon.
All right, welcome to a special edition of Stockton 360. We have this event we've been doing called Tower Up, and we have one of our favorite musical guests in today, Mr. Kyle Thomason.
Welcome.
And of course, this is Governor Don alongside me, Dr. Jimenez. How you doing, Doctor?
I'm fine. How are you, Gov?
The governor and the professor back together.
That's right.
And, of course, we have our board operator right here and station manager, Dustin Details. Break Bill.
Hey, Gov. How are you doing?
How you doing, sir?
Good.
All right. And so let's get right to it because this is about our third or fourth time here with Kyle. We've been documenting his journey to greatness.
We have.
His journey to great humbleness, greatness.
Yep.
And I've been following you along, and it's been really great to see you come up as a young artist and to develop. And last year we saw you on American Idol. Was that last year?
Just about now, yeah.
It seems like a long time ago.
Yeah.
But it just seemed like it was right around the corner too.
Right.
And then we've been seeing you travel all over the states.
Mm-hmm.
We caught you in let's see, you were in Washington
and Oregon for a bit.
Wow. And that was so cool. It's like we get to see you just jamming right there live on the
right Pike.
Yeah, that's
Pike
right.
right there.
That's how you do it, man. What do they call that when busking?
Yeah, that's
right, big busk.
That's what it is.
Yeah. So thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
And we're really, really lucky that to have you perform for our Tower Up. That's going to be at the Ave. And if you haven't been to a Tower Up, please come out. It's our fundraiser event. We do it at the Ave. It's actually no cover charge, but we're looking for people to become members. We're looking for people to make donations. Kyle is going to be he's got to have some special items like Kickstarter like perks. So come down and get an autographed copy of something.
Yeah.
And maybe get some pictures, some photos, and maybe even win a personal concert or something like that.
Sexy time.
Coffee with Kyle.
Coffee with Kyle. Oh man. Yes, $50 a second. No.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So we also got to see an article written by our very own Professor Jimenez in Positively Filipino, that was awesome.
Thanks.
And I noticed when you post about Kyle, it's like it's just there's so much like familial feelings. Like this is ours. Our hometown hero.
That's right. Stockton, California's
Yeah.
pride and joy.
Pride and joy.
Yeah.
With love.
Yes.
It's true.
That's
And
amazing.
after that article came out, I have to say that a lot of Filipinos were asking me, a lot of people in the community,
Yeah.
my gosh, Lorraine, so many Filipinos. My God. We have to have him here in San Francisco.
Of course.
Me,
And I'm
help
like,
me
yeah,
there.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
That'd
I
be
know,
fun.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit
So
about what
fun.
you've been working on since I mean, you came here.
Before October,
Where?
because I wrote the article in October, and you
Yeah.
were here like in August.
Yeah.
Right?
Right around there.
Right around there.
around there.
So what you been up to since then? Besides traveling all up and down the West Coast.
We've been putting together the whole the scheme of that first project that I've been wanting to put out for a long time, but haven't had the right environment. Like I think we spoke on the last time we were here. It was just trying to find the right things and content to put into a great introduction for the world, but with also the right environment to create that and put that through. So in hopes of trying to find a home, I found multiple ones, but home has always been home. So I've been able to touch base with a lot of the places that are akin to what I have true faith in and true belief in, and towards what the future with music can create. And but I have to be home at the moment, and also with that, me having to be home, I found that it's the perfect collaboration of all the things trying to perpetuate a greater community in Stockton. And so I found home, which has always been home. It's been under my nose, but I had the rambunctiousness to have to be here for family reasons, but have found that the right divine timing has given me not just myself the resources, but we are all of the right driven motion to work together. So
Right.
All right.
being home, I've been ready to find the right timing to put some music into the studio here in town.
All right.
And we're putting together some good things in my catalog to be able to put out into the world.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Exciting.
Now, for those of you, I mean, I don't know if we have a clip queued up, but for those of you who have missed it or might have missed it on TV, search for Kyle Thomason, Kylle. Thomason, Thomasson. Yep.
That's it.
That's it. And look it up. Check him out on American Idol. It was amazing. And I have to say that when it was going on, it was a buzz going around town, and people were like, I mean, because Stockton is some kind of a territorial place sometimes,
Oh, it
and
can be.
people were really like claiming you hardcore, man. I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
It was really good to see people just band together with you, and to that's the phrase jumping on the bandwagon. That's when you're supposed to jump on the bandwagon.
Right.
Yeah.
And because the band was down in LA and doing it big on American Idol, and you were right there, and it was just so cool. Tell us a little bit about that experience. I mean, that was that's a high height.
It is. And with it, I just was able to really see in depth of how big of a stage, and not to be cliche of it, it is, and to be able to be really full circle with your message in that moment, because once those lights and cameras hit you, you have to be on. And through that process, I found out that being those people that are behind the panel, the judges, those people have worked to be those kind of critiquers, because we went through hell in 1 week, and they do that as a career.
Yeah.
So I found that out, and so it really just put me into the position of knowing what I have to really be aiming for, if I really want to have the long striving career as such of those people. So just really incredible talent, and so it's to prove it. It is a inspiring and motivating thing, because if you're not, it'll show if you really want it or not, because there's so many of younger folks, or just really talented people who have a dream, but I think the message coming from my city has a lot to do with why I want to really represent and do so well in the music career that I've been gifted. So yeah.
Well, I have to say, part of what their job is on that program is to weed out people based on not the performance, but the conversations that they have.
That's true.
And what they do is they kind of find people's weak spots.
That's true.
And but talking to you, man, it was just so fluid when you guys were having the conversation.
Because I've seen you guys so many times.
But it was smooth, man. I'm telling you, it was the real Kyle. It was great to see that. What it made me feel, because there's so much facade in this industry, there's so much falseness in this world, and that was the real deal happening right there on TV right before our eyes, and we got to see our guy being himself, representing our town and his sound, and it was awesome.
Right.
And that is as big as, man, that's just huge.
That's a wave. That's a wave.
That's
right
a wave.
There. Yeah.
That's a wave. We're riding the wave now with Kyle Thomason right here on Stockton 360. And we're so fortunate to have you bless our tiny stage at the Ave. And so that's going to be tomorrow. It starts at 8, I believe. And I would say you guys maybe,
start lining up now.
Bring it in, because I expect this to be one of our biggest ones, because we've been building them up, and we've had some great performers, some really great performers. I mean, we had we had New and Used. Let's see, who was the first group? It was Chariots of Sound. We had Jayla Adani, she of Reckless Beauty. We had Jordan Waters, and and so we've had a lot of great performers. But I'm really looking forward to this one with you. You have a way to really rock the crowd. One thing I love about your performances is how engaging they are.
Yeah.
It is. We can tell right off the bat as soon as you start performing that you've done this before.
Yeah.
And so it's always a great performance. And you have so many tunes in your repertoire. I mean, you just like pulling them right, like nothing up my sleeve, but boom, you feel the mood of the room or the energy, and you come with the right track and the right sound. And so we're really looking forward to it. Now, you have some releases. You said some tracks you said you've been working on. Do we have any new releases out or something coming soon?
So, Quiet Kept. I have a single that I finally found. Like, I feel like, you have so many babies, as they always say as an artist. But in my steps, I've just felt like, as you've spoken, like so much of the world, or music the world has to offer is so facade-oriented. It's so non-authentic. So I wanted to really be true to that. I really wanted to find it. So I found one that I think gives people the best of the feelings.
All right.
So that's one of the bigger things, and I still got to keep that on hush hush.
Of course.
Sure.
It's such a big thing, though, that once I finally am able to release that, it'll, I think, take on a whole new life. And so that's one of the greatest things I want to share so bad, but can't. But I've been on a very individual level and respecting the artists that I've come up to really respect, that have probably not the critical acclaim that the world sees, but have found a way into the mainstream world and has stayed true to themselves. I've been releasing songs, and I call it the Taking Note Sessions on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I want to fulfill that. I have 3 songs up right now, of the likes of one of my favorite guitar players, John Mayer.
Yeah.
That's how I started it. And then I did a song by a guy from Australia. And then I also went on and did a cover of a group from Boston, couple kids that went to school there. So I'm just kind of like dibble-dabbling with the people who are just really on the come up, but on that level that I hope to be on another take one of these days. So I want to go ahead and fulfill the 2 of those, and those will be out on YouTube by the middle towards the big end of the summer.
Yeah.
And that's something I individually will have in visuality soon.
Nice.
Excellent. Now, we got to see a release that you put out because Stockton had a song contest.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
And that was really cool to hear your Stockton song.
Yeah.
And we've been playing it here on the station. Thankfully, we know Kyle, so he gave us he gave us the permission right away.
Yay.
He was
Why
like,
not?
he was like, you got a standing
Russ.
permission. He got a blank release over here. Just got his signature on it. Yeah, write it in.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that. How did that come to be? I mean, was that just like, hey, there's a thing, and because boom, and then you had to knock the song out?
Yeah,
or?
no. So the funny part about it was, like, I kind of knew about it, and I had a really close family friend who, she was like, just give everything up. Just give every opportunity the best you can. And I was still a little hesitant because, like, I was in the middle of a very huge hiatus. And I'm still in the middle of it, to be fair. But I wasn't going to show my face until I had something really of integrity to, represent, the whole situation we have here.
Yeah.
But with that, it was just like, what better chance? And so I had procrastinated so much. I had half a night. And I was just like, I'm gonna really actually think about it, but with half a night left. And so the deadline for me recording the video, I had that time left, and I actually got half of the song done the night before I went to bed, and I woke up and I finished the bridge and the kind of the chorus out right before I recorded it. So, but it took a little bit less than a day to put that together and record it and put it up and submit, and I got so much support. It was like a baby American Idol support. And I really appreciate that, because people are really waiting for me to have something to give, and then when I do, they're just like, "Yes, it's Kyle." I need my friends from Pittsburgh to vote for him in Stockton. Like, we have no idea what Stockton is, Deborah. But at the same time, people showed up that way, and so it's just that I'm grateful for it. It really is fun.
It's a great tune. Do we got it queued up? Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's go to that track. This is by Kyle Thomason, My City.
Yeah.
Yes, and this was the submission for the Stockton Song Contest. This is Stockton 360. We'll be right back after the track.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Dream. The city made me who I am, so now I wanna sing. I hardly ever weigh him, but now I gotta say it. Without the city, man, your buddy could've never made it. You're full of color, engaging, yes, and the fun you're unexpected makes me hopeful. You're like a feast for the senses. Thank you for showing me what zest is. Let my city be what we want. We couldn't be we without you. No, I wouldn't be me without you. Now that's Stockton for you. Singing out S to the T to the O to the C to the K to the T to the O, and then S to the T to the O to the C to the K to the T to the O, and then my city got me doing backflips, but that ain't even the half of it. The city's on the come up, from nightfall to the sun up. Resilience is our little name, yeah. Rich and creative, fertile and diverse, all the way from the ground to the sky. Full of playing, I don't gotta try. My city's lively, I'm telling you why, yeah. Sing, let my city be what we want. Let me be without you. No, I couldn't be without you. Now that's locked in for you. Singing out S to the T to the O to the C to the K to the T to the O, and then S to the T to the O to the C to the K to the T to the O, and then you have been to the waterfront, well, it welcomes your land. So much here, stocked unlimited supply, yeah. Well, it's full of grace and all the wonders of life. Sing, oh, let my city be what we want. We couldn't be we without you. No, I wouldn't be me without you. Oh, now let's take it back to the future, yeah. Say no. No, we couldn't be nothing without you. We couldn't be without you. Said S to the T to the O to the C to the K to the T to the O, and then S to the T to the O to the C to the K to the T to the O, and then
My City by Kyle Thomason.
Ain't that something else?
Yes.
Nice.
Crazy to hear it.
Stockton 360. We're back. This is Governor Don alongside me, Professor Jimenez, the
Hello.
doctor.
Eh.
And
Tita to him.
Tita to her.
Yeah.
Me
And of
from
course,
me.
To him, Tita.
with our special guest, Kyle Thomason.
Hey.
Thank you, Dustin. Details
Sitting on the
for
wave.
playing that track for us. Yeah, man, that was a great track. I'll tell you, it was really cool that we had some great submissions. Let's see, Washboard Monkeys had a real good tune.
Yeah.
Brandon James, who actually ended up winning the contest,
Crazy.
great tune.
Really good.
Port City, I think it was.
Support City, I
yeah,
love.
yeah.
That's it, man.
And so it was like the best of our community came out to participate, and if winner or not, man, we got like 5 really banging Stockton songs
Seriously,
out
though.
of that.
Seriously.
Yeah, so I thought that was
Yeah.
wonderful.
That was a toss up at the end of that.
Oh yeah, it was great. It was great, but it was good to see you in that, and yeah, we also have Washboard Monkeys and
Awesome.
I believe Brandon James' song in rotation too, because we love our city, and you know, you're right. You know, we wouldn't be we without you.
Right.
So and it takes all you know, there's a lot going into this mix, and but that was a great tune.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you. So now some of the folks listening, maybe they haven't heard your story, or maybe this might be their first time getting to run into you.
Yeah.
And so tell us a little bit about the come up, the development as a young man. First time I seen you, man, the guitar was bigger than you.
Yeah. True story.
True story. And then you've done so many other things. You traveled the world. We just talked about American Idol, and then all of that brought you back here. So give them a little bit of a background.
Yeah, well, back when I was smaller than the guitar, I had aspirations of being an NBA player.
Wow.
That was it. That was it for me. But I always had the talent of being able to sing, and I would always think that that was my honey getter. But I was really super bent over on trying to get a scholarship to play basketball anywhere. But as I was in the middle of playing basketball for my high school, I was in choir, and a lot of the guys in choir played the guitar. And to note, they were Filipino and Samoan, but they always had the party. It was in between class. They were also knuckleheads to sidebar, but they were always a comedic relief, and I was just like, yeah, that's the family right there. Those are the guys, and so they kind of inducted me, and we all just kind of got along. But I picked up the guitar through them,
Wow.
And but through my band director was I really able to take it seriously musically. He gave me the opportunity to play out in Lodi at the farmers market there, and I really started thinking, yo, this is a viable piece of me, and I want to make it such. And so from that, I was able to move down to San Diego on a whim of being inspired by, you know, the coffee house open mic ideal, and people like Jason Mraz and people like Ray LaMontagne, but he wasn't from there. But really, especially Jason and who else was around? All those to say, Bushwalla, all those guys. As is, though, I found through a couple of developing years there, I was able to start writing my own music, and it led me to cruise ships. And then from that, I was able to travel 12 countries and play music mostly every day, and be able to find out what life really meant to a lot of people, not just me. And with that, I came back home and try to cultivate that. And right along the time I found out I wanted to play the guitar with my friends in choir, though, this is going back some, I auditioned for American Idol once. I was 16, had no idea what I was getting into, so I kind of picked up everything from that moment and said, I want to do this. But then, as I was saying, got on cruise ships and came back home and started really developing, found a band, and kind of took up from there and started releasing material, and thought it into my head to make sure I go try at American Idol once more. And we got to the last day of Hollywood, which is top 75, to not knock or to give myself a hug. I just felt like there's a chance for me in the world. And like I said, like we spoke on, the fictitiousness that can be put forth in one's art, it showed itself there. And so I wanted to really prove myself that I can make it independently. There's a guy named Chance the Rapper these days who makes that a very viable. Obviously, it's a long road ahead regardless. But that's just kind of a culmination of where I am today and kind of what I represent. I want to be independent, but I also want to give people the voice that they have been dying to have. And so it's been a long one, but a real fun one.
Yeah, and you're still on the way.
It's still on the way.
Still on the way. And like you were mentioning about the journey and the development, and to come with something that's not like what's already out there.
Sure.
You know, you are definitely an original. But what I really, really love about your music is it's always something positive and progressive. It's always love based.
Yeah.
It's always something that will bring you up. I mean, really, like, you really got to come out to this show tomorrow.
I know you're going to miss out if you don't.
Yeah, I mean, and
Really.
you think about it. I mean, you don't have to travel very far. Right here on the Miracle Mile, you know where the ad is. So they could get a taste of this authentic artist, and it's like I think that there's some kind of artists that maybe they're very entertaining and such, but they're inaccessible, and when you do access them, you find that there is that facade. And you're a person that really your character, and I could just tell you, even on and off the air, on and off stage. You know, you're real genuinely like, man, just a good person. And you know, this is something that is kind of rare in the industry too, because you know the eventually, you know, notoriety and things tends to corrupt people. But now, you know, you're more known now than you've ever been before, but you're still the same humble cat, and I think that's just so beautiful. And it's a great thing to have someone like you representing the city of Stockton.
It feels great.
Yeah,
it feels great.
I know your parents got to be proud.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah. Now that was all. You're being a young person. That had to be a family affair in order to get a young person out there and doing things at such a young age. How old were you when you started doing the cruise ship thing?
I was 19. 19. Yeah, I was 19.
It's barely legal.
Barely legal. They were offering me drinks left and right. And it's like, ma'am, I can't do that. Yeah, not just yet.
But got to travel the world, and then you bring it back home.
Yeah.
After the experience at American Idol, and it, you know, after that, you know, it really was like a learning experience, I suppose. Sure. And but it made you more focused and more determined. A lot of people, when they go through that, they fall off. They're like, oh, I didn't win or whatever, and they're done.
Right.
But you kind of transformed and upgraded.
Yeah.
What was that like?
This means the world to me. Like, I found, like, I still feel like a career in so many ways I can go pursue to be comfortable, or to just live a life where I'm financially stable and sufficient to where I can have a family. Like, I don't know, this music thing, I was purposed and gifted to do something more than just make an industry more successful and more income based. I'm here to relay something, and so that really took to me when I went there, because I seen where kids are in their mind about this situation, where it's a chance to get rich quick, or I don't know what you would say, but just get there. And like, I understood from a long time ago, people still do try to call me an old soul, and I'll take it with a grain of salt, because I still have so much to learn. But I just come with a value that they said, you know, whatever you do go through that, just know that it really should just perpetuate more sincerity. And so that's what I took into it. And so that's what it gave me, more than their sayings beforehand, is that I really got to get serious about what my message is if I'm going to try to, and I don't want to say supersede any of these folks, but just to be able to be on that level without the help. If I got to do this from the ground up the way, without that kind of those amenities, I got to make sure that my message stays the same when I'm up here with you guys. So that's what I found it to be super imperative that I do that.
All right. Now, unfortunately, this is a kind of a short version of the show. You know, you could tell Kyle doesn't even have his guitar. He just came in to share with us and to promote this event that we're doing tomorrow night.
You gotta come out too. Please do. But for, you know, and we're hearing your message throughout. But if there was something that you could, you know, share with the community, what is this? What is your message? I feel like it's create. Find those, because they're out there. Shine your light so that the others can help to create with you and around you, and so we can become this big embodiment, a shield of like light, hopefully, or a shield of just an artisan's, you know, quality, to where we're leaving behind our own product, hopefully, and not consuming what the world is there for us to have in their mind, and we're able to create a new industry around us. And not to say that we just want to give people the quality of authentic, genuine, homemade food, but in whatever the source of your creative, you know, genius may be. So I just feel like create and network within your outside of yourself, really. And I've done like a tidbit of a job at that, to be fair, but I just really have found this little pocket of my life to be something I really got to find how far or how strong this message is before I go out and be swayed by anything. So, but with that, I am definitely, I implore anyone in our community to really just create and not be afraid of that, but to also join hands with the folks around you who either have supported you throughout and bring them with you, or to really reach out to those who have established themselves, but pitch them your idea in hopes that they could give you a bit of advice. So really just step out and create for yourself and for the others around you.
All right. Wow, that's
that
serious.
works out.
Yeah,
It
that's
is.
good.
Hope
That's
that
good.
works out.
You know, and part of the reason why we do what we do here, of course, is for local information and for us to really to have a say in what is said about us and to us. But another aspect of what we do here is, you know, we're building an FM radio station. We're building a radio station for local artists, for local music, and that's a you know, big part of our goal. And so it's really great to have a great pool of local artists, and to have to be able to be selective enough to say, you know, we're looking for the positive stuff, the good stuff, and to have it fulfilled. And you know, we it's a high honor for us too to be able to promote, you know, such great local talent like yourself.
Well, it's a blessing to be able to join hands like we talked on.
Yes, sir.
And it should be really be a bigger thing.
Yeah. Well, it's growing and it's getting bigger. We want you guys to come out to the Ave tomorrow night, Thursday the 18th, 2333 Pacific Avenue, 8 p.m. Donations will go to benefit the Voice of Stockton and our Tower Fund. We are raising the tower. We're raising funds for our FM broadcasting capabilities, and so we need your support to make that happen. And of course, come out, and you know, Kyle's is going to have some prizes, some gifts, some gifts to the biggest donors who come out, and we're going to have a lot of fun. So again, you won't get charged to come in, but bring your pocketbook anyways and support this wonderful thing called community radio. You already know, you know, they're cutting funding for all sorts of wonderful things, and what is it, National Endowment of the Arts and all of that. But we have our own public radio, our own community radio right here in Stockton that we're building and growing, and you could be a part of it. It's real simple. Get on our website, thevoiceofstockton.org/join. Become a member. We now have the Easy Pay memberships, which make it super easy. You could literally, you know, $2, $5, I think $9 automatically deducted from your account. You won't even notice it, but it will go a long way to help support community broadcasting and the sharing of these wonderful local resources and like Kyle Thomason.
Glad to be a part.
Yeah.
So yeah, come out, check us out at the Ave tomorrow night. And getting ready to wrap up. So we could go back. We can go back over this after the program, after your concert. We want to have you back on.
Let's do that.
And let's continue to support each other. And we love what you're doing.
Love y'all right back.
Thanks,
for
Kyle.
having me, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, so I also want to thank the professor for putting the show together. Thanks, Doc. I want to thank Dustin
you.
Details Breakbill for running the board for us.
No problem.
We, of course, want to thank our founder, William Story. I want to thank all of our sponsors and our supporters. Let's make Stockton better together. Join KXVS. And thanks for tuning in to Stockton 360 on KXVS, the voice of Stockton, 92.1 FM, soon to be with your help. And, of course, broadcasting live at thevoiceofstockton.org and on Facebook and YouTube. We'll see you soon.